Hi guys, Mike Montanari with Fast Monty's Garage. Welcome back. Today's gonna be a fun one. We're gonna put the rear view camera that I originally had mounted underneath the window behind the license plate. So we'll have some better footage and obviously no reflection issues, because if you saw a couple of the videos I posted, the rear view camera had a nasty reflection when the sun was shining through the rear window. So that'll be today's project. But in addition to that, I had mounted my GoPro to the side of the car going into a car show. I posted that video, and there's some nasty wind noise, and I was only going 15 miles an hour, right? So if we're doing more spirited driving and we have to go 60 to 80 miles an hour, it won't sound very well. So a friend of mine, John, if you're watching, thank you very much. He pointed me in the direction of protouring.com, where a guy put a external mic on his GoPro but mounted behind his steering wheel. So the exhaust note that he was recording was incredible. So I went ahead and I bought the microphone. It's like one of those lapel mics that, you know, you can have an extension cord. I got a 20-foot extension cord. It's kind of robust. So we're going to run both wires today. So that means running the dash cam wire back. We have to hide it underneath the seat, and then running the mic from the license plate forward. So today's project is killing two birds with one stone. So do me a favor, subscribe, tell your friends. I think this will be a fun one. The end results I'll post at the end of the video of the before and after for the camera, and maybe some before and after the GoPro, and you know, mic on, mic off, etc., etc. So anyway, that being said, what we have to do today is take the rear armrests off and then remove the bottom section of the seat, which is always a task because sometimes it's stubborn and I get upset. It's not fun. But we'll start there. Alright team, so here's the rear armrest. This is two big Phillips head screws. So I have my big Phillips head screwdriver, and we're just going to take these out. Depending on how long your armrests have been bolted to your side paneling, they may stick. So just be careful and be gentle. These screws are actually not short, they're pretty long. And the forward-facing screws actually add an angle. I don't know if you can see that, but my screwdriver is kind of pointed up and away. There we go. It's felt to break loose. And of course, not quite all the way. There we go. Just like that. So I like to keep the screws where they were so we can put it back. Hey guys, so we're back. I have both armrests off, and now I'm looking at how the rear seat is attached to the body. And those of you who've never done this before, this black bar is part of the seat frame, and this gray piece is actually part of the body. And this black piece has to be pushed out of this slot, which can be sometimes stubborn. So what I like to do is I'll stick a flat blade screwdriver in here, and I'll push on that black bar to get it up and over and out. So that's the best way I know how to do it. If any of you have a comment on a better way to do it, please leave it in the comment section, because I'm sure there's a ton of people that want to know how to easily take their rear seats out. So that being said, I'm going to start manhandling this thing. Oh, I got one. Woo! Thought that was gonna be worse than that. It didn't work. Attitude adjuster. Whew. Man, I hate this seat. I'm sweating like crazy. Oh. So now the seat should just lift up and out. Just like that. That's why you have to take the armrest out. Otherwise you're struggling with like that much room to lift it. Alright guys, so here's what I was struggling with and what I was talking about before. This little loop, the seat frame actually fits in here and it's spring loaded. So I was actually using my pry bar and attitude adjuster to push it this way to get it up and out. And that's what I was struggling with. Oh, so now what you're looking at here is camouflage duct tape. Just kidding. It is, but this is all my stereo cabling, rear wire harness, and up in here you'll notice my trunk release because I deleted the trunk lock, and that's the front speaker wire. So we're going to go ahead and run the rear camera up through. Hopefully I can reach a clear opening in the trunk. If I can't, then we're taking the back seat off. So we'll see in like 10 seconds. Hey guys, so we're at the back. This is my trunk. That is a removable sub and amplifier. I actually have a tooling holder holding it down, so I can just unclip it and then move the sub over, and that's what I'm going to do. So I can get to the rear underneath the back of the seat. So let's just have to undo it, and then I can move this. Pretty cool, right? So when I the reason I have this is so when I autocross, I can actually just take the wires out of the junction box over here and just leave this at home, and then that saves like 100 pounds. So I'm just gonna move this out of the way. So here we are on the back, toward where all the cabling is coming through behind the seat. And if I pull this down, you can see some of my backup speaker wire, just in case my main speakers didn't work. So all the cabling here is going behind the seat, and I'm tugging on it and it's not moving. So that's telling me that we have to loosen up or remove that rear seat panel. So back to the rear. Alright guys, so we're back inside the car looking at where these cables go, and I totally forgot this is how the rear seat is. The top piece is mounted. These little brackets, you just bend them. And I don't know how many times you can bend them until they break. So, hope it doesn't break today. Okay, so that loosens it up. And then there's one more bolt. It's right here. I think it's a 3/8. So it's over here. Right here, I think it's a 3/8, So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I was wrong. It's 7/16. We're going to loosen this up. And that's what it looks like. So now we're loose. And now I can move my wires. That's a good sign. How can I tell where they're going? And the answer is no. So I'm going to take time to take the seat out. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. Is just loosen that bracket, take that screw out, and the whole back panel will lift out. Okay guys, I took those two fasteners out. I undid the side clamps, and now the back seat should just lift. Pops up like that. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Okay, so we got the upper back seat off, and you can see all the wires going through here. Yeah, I can see daylight. Hey, that's a good sign. So I'm gonna go ahead and run the rear camera through. I can hear that rattling, that's good. And I'll get the mic cable. Make sure you grab the right side. You need the female end, right? That would be really embarrassing if you put the wrong end through. Of course, you can always get an adapter. But I might as well do it right the first time, since I do not want to take the seat out ever again. Okay, so I'm gonna get this ready so I can pull them hopefully without tangling. Okay guys, so we got the wire pulled into the trunk. I got plenty of it, and now I'm kind of just determining where I can put a hole through the body to wire up the mic and the extra camera. But before we do that, why don't we take a deeper look into where to put the camera first. Hey guys, so we're back at the back of the car, and I need to figure out where to put the camera. Now, the camera I know has a 139-degree viewing angle, and I want to put it back in here somewhere, so back in, preferably behind the plate. So I actually have what's called a miter gauge. So this is used for like cutting crown molding. You just put it against the wall, it tells you the angle, you can transfer it right to your miter saw. So I'm actually going to set it to 139. So So that's 139 degrees, so that would mimic the viewing angle. Oh, sorry, backwards. This way, right? So that's what the camera is going to see. So now I'm going to just see how far I can move either left or right, and I'm putting this edge behind the license plate. So I can literally go over to the side of the bracket, which would be pretty cool. Okay, so I'll show you the next view here. Okay guys, so we had the miter tool. I was going like this back and forth, and I can put it right there. And the reason I want to do that is that's almost perfect. Check that out. See, this little bracket would be in the way if I put it here. So if I put it right here, I'm going to put it like almost flush. We should have some decent angle. So that was like right here. We might catch a little bit of the bumper in the window, but I'll actually pivot. I'll pivot the camera. I'll pivot the camera a little bit. I'm exaggerating, but I'll pivot it so it's looking more towards the port side. All right. I'll just hold it there for a couple minutes. And those of you that are wondering, what about getting it wet? Well, the only time the car is going to see water is when I wash it. And when I wash it, I really don't try to put super high jets of water in crevices. So the car does not see rain. I might see moisture in the morning, but that's in the front of the car. It does not see the back of the car. Those of you know what I'm talking about. But I think that'll look pretty cool. So while I'm here, you notice this wire goes to the license plate light. It really bothers me. So during this project, I'm also going to splice this wire, and we're going to run them back from the body. So they all come back. This is hiding. I'll have to probably go through this wall here. But the next step, frankly, is to take the bumper off. So, oh joy. So, got the car in the lift. Very helpful if you're going to take your bumper off. It's 11/16 socket. Notice I shaved my bolts. It's a whole nother video. This is actually a wrapped bumper. It has chrome wrap on it. It's not chrome. So I have a new bumper coming, original, re-chromed, re-straightened, and that'll be a whole nother video. So anyway, first things first is take the license plate light off. I don't know how many times I've taken the bumper off and I forgot to do that. And that means you have to put the bumper back on before you drop it. You rip the cabling out. So that light is loose. And obviously you want to do this with two people because most people have bolts here and it's kind of hard to handle. So I'll do the lower bolts first. There's only 4 bolts. I removed this center bracket. So here we go. So what I like to do is start with the bottom bolts and then turn the bolt upside down, put it back in the hole, acts as kind of a support, so when you start loosening up all the bolts, the bumper doesn't swing off that bottom bracket and then scratch your paint. Same thing, reverse the bolt. I'm working on this bolt. That was nice and loose. That's all the way off. I'm going to work on the other one. I'm going to keep pressure on it so it stays against the bracket. Pop those little the bottom bolts off. Just like that.